lovely cloudy day here in sunny Portugal. But we had a power outage yesterday. It was pretty scary. I think I mentioned it in my video yesterday. But while you're seeing this, it would have been 2 days ago. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We are here to do my beauty bank for the month of April. And I did bring in some new products in my collection this month. There is one that I forgot to talk about from the last month, so I rolled it in to the April numbers. If you saw my beauty bank last month, you would have seen that I didn't do very well. I brought in a lot of Essence lip liners and lip products and just kind of splurged and brought in a lot of quantity to my collection. Not necessarily in terms of expensive items, but definitely a lot that came in. So in the video, I normally go through any new makeup, I go through any new eyeshadow pans that I've hit in the month, I go through any makeup stats that I can give you. Sometimes I give you the same ones every month, sometimes I try to switch it up. I also go through if I have any new favorite products this month as well. And then also we look at what movies or TV shows I've been watching. So let's start with the eyeshadow pans that I have hit. I've actually hit 6 eyeshadow pans this month, which is quite a lot, but a lot of these were from a lot of uses that I had in March, and then I finally hit pan in most of these shades right at the beginning of April. So when I was looking at my list, I was like, didn't I speak about this in my beauty bank last month? And I didn't. So they were all this month. I just feel like it was a really long time ago that some of these were hit. Okay, so the first one is from the Cosmic Beauty Neutrals. I had a pan in my Pan Those eyeshadows, and of course I was able to hit it. Oh my gosh, you see, I talk about this all the time. Every time I open up one of the Cosmic Beauty palettes, the black is going everywhere. I'm gonna have to get rid of this. I'm going to have to get rid of this black. I don't know why. It's making a mess. It actually ruined a pair of my shorts the other day because I had black everywhere from picking up one of their palettes. It is becoming an issue. It is becoming an issue. Anyway, so I hit pan in the shade right here called Chic. So that one is one of the pans for any eyeshadow pans that I hit that is half a point that is added to my beauty bank. Actually, before we move on any further, let me just tell you, last month, my beauty bank ended up at a negative 10.5. So yeah, I didn't do very well. So every eyeshadow pan that I hit for the month counts as half a point, not a full point, because obviously I haven't finished the shade, but it counts as half a point. So 6 eyeshadow pans obviously counts as 3 points, which is actually pretty decent. But yeah, I've got 1 pan in my neutrals. Next up, I did hit a pan in my Look for Rainbows from Gloss Gods. This is in my Pan That palette in order. And I hit pan in this shade right here, which is called True Colors. And now I'm working on this one, which I have yet to hit pan on, but I'm going to hit pan on it pretty soon. I just haven't gone into it in the last few days. But yeah, this one is another one where I've hit pan on. And then also I did hit pan right at the beginning of the month in my Project Level Up. This is the Club Nebula from Kaleidos. This is my level 3 palette, and I'm still trying to get my 3rd pan. But my 2nd pan that I hit was in this one, which is Naru. So that one I've already spoken about in the update. So none of these are spoilers so far. Then I also hit a pan in my Pan That palette for the year. This is the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude. And I hit pan in the shade Filthy. Since then I have actually expanded the pan because I've been going into it. I went into it again today. So it's kind of fun. I keep expanding pans, which is a fun situation. Then I also hit pan in another Pan Those eyeshadows. This is from my Beauty Bay Midnight palette. And I hit pan in the shade Periwinkle right here. So all of those have been non-spoiler pans so far if you do follow all of the projects that I do on my channel. But I do have one more pan that will be a spoiler for my next Pan Those eyeshadows update, but I don't mind because it is a shade that I kind of kept in because I'd already used it 20 plus times, and I thought, you know what, I'm so close, let me just keep going. So it is one of my Colourpop singles. It is the Side to Side shade, the SuperShock shade that is from oh my gosh, I always forget which one this palette is from. Sweet Talk, Sweet Talk. It is here and I hit pan in it. I am so excited. So that one is a little bit of a spoiler for my Pan Those eyeshadows that will be coming next week. I hope that I will have more pans by next week to share. So that hopefully won't be my only pan. I don't want it to be the main spoiler of the video. So as you see, 6 new pans this month, which I honestly didn't expect that I to hit 6 pans this month. But that's pretty decent because I hit 5 last month, so the 6 months this month. I'm on a roll, baby. I'm on a roll. All right, moving on, let's talk about my new makeup that I brought in. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. And actually already tomorrow I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna do my hair. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm having a little bit of a me day for me personally, at least in the morning, and then I'm working a little bit in the afternoon. So I might go buy and stuff tomorrow, but don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone. Okay, so what I bought so far this month, I have been eyeing these for the longest. Now, in my local mall, they have quite a decent NYX counter. So I buy NYX quite a lot because it's very accessible to me at the moment, as well as, you know, Catrice, Essence, and Technique. Those are all very accessible because of where I live. But I have been wanting to try these butter melts for the longest. Obviously, the bronzer came out quite a bit longer than the blush, and then they came out with their highlighter. I don't have access to the highlighter yet. They don't seem to be in the store, but maybe they will be tomorrow. Maybe. So I picked up one of the bronzers. This one is the shade Deserve Butter. These are so pigmented. I pulled them from my Shop My Stash and I've been using them whenever I can get away with it. Because obviously I do have a bronzer in my project pan that I'm trying to pan, but I've been really, really enjoying this. Honestly, they smell amazing. They smell amazing. And then the blush, I got one of the pink ones, and I'm actually really pleased that I got this shade. This is the shade My Butter Half. It is such a fun color, super pigmented. I think I got this because I typically like peachy orange blush. This is not peachy orange, but it is really quite special and unique. I have 1 or 2 other shades in my collection that are single blushes that are like this. I also do have this shade potentially in one of my blush palettes, but I wanted another one. And I've been really enjoying it this month too. So yeah, these have been pulled from my Shop My Stash and I've been going into them. So been really enjoying them so far. But yeah, these are new to me this month. I also at the same time picked this up. This is the NYX Butter Melt Glaze Soft Glow. This is really, really nice as well. I'm really into skin tints at the moment. It's just that time of year. It makes sense for me. And I do find them quite moisturizing and nourishing. So this is really nice. I got the shade Vanilla Bean Butter and it's kind of perfect at the moment. So it's a good shade match for me for sure. And I think even when I get more of a tan on my face doesn't tan too much, to be fair. I think it'll be fine for the summer. So I'm really, really enjoying this so far. This is also in my Shop My Stash. It's only got SPF 30, so obviously if you want extra protection, you probably should put that on prior to using this because it's not going to be your full sunscreen protection, but I like that it has it. Okay, and then I also picked up this YSL. This one, I always forget what this is officially called. This is the Love Shine Candy Glaze, and it's in the shade Watermelon High. I put a little bit on today. This is really pretty. I can't deny that I bought this because I wanted to feel a little bit bougie. I bought it just to entertain myself. It is a very, very, very expensive item for what it is. You do not need to buy this, but I bought it anyway. So it is what it is. But it's really pretty. I've been using it. It's in the lip products that I've used so far for this Shop My Stash round. So I'll talk about it. But yeah, it's just one of these little stylos that you just... It's very nice and nourishing and glossy, and I like it. It smells great too. So did I need it? No, but I bought it anyway. And then I did pick this up, I believe in March, but I never spoke about it. It might have been when I was with my mother. I just completely forgot because I got this in the Chinese store. We have quite a lot of Chinese stores near us. I think it's just like a thing in Portugal. I think they do it in Spain too. And so I'm not going to say that these brands are probably the best quality brands in the world, but my curiosity just like, you know, if I feel like shopping and I see something, sometimes I buy it. So this is from Easy Paris Cosmetics. This is the Bright and Matte eyeshadow palette. And it's nothing special, but I actually have gone into this. I went into it when I did a little get ready with me for my members. I pulled it from my Shop My Stash and I hadn't used it. So I thought, well, I'll just use it just to see how it is. I really kind of liked it. I thought it was a decent quality and definitely a palette that I want to keep in my collection because it's so tiny, teeny, and great for traveling. Obviously, you can only do like one look with this palette, but I picked it up. Fortunately, it does count as a new product in my collection though. So as you can see, I did get 5 new items in my collection. So those 6 new pans were great for me in terms of points, but then the 5 new items didn't really help out all that much. All right, then we'll move on to Empties. So I did finish 2 products in a face palette. I'm going to count them as 2 empties. I did mention this when I did my project pan update, but I have been working on the Belgian Waffle palette for a really long time now, and I finally finished these 2 in my project pan, and I will count them as 2 separate empties just simply because they are 2 separate full pan items. They could count as like single items. Honestly, if you depotted this, they would count as single items. So I'm going to count them as 2 separate empties. I did recently declutter this, but I think what I'm going to do, because I do kind of like this highlighter, I was using this little, I have other compacts, but I do like this little compact. This is just a compact that I finished several years ago. I had the remains of those bronzer shades in here, so I'm going to clean this out. And I think I'm going to scoop out this powdered sugar highlighter shade, and I'm going to put it in here, and I think I'm going to save it. And then that way, instead of getting rid of 4 products in here, I'm going to save one that I kind of like, because I do like, out of all of these 4, this is the one that I would definitely go into. It's very, very pretty, and I kind of don't want to say goodbye to that. I have gone into syrup a little bit. It's not that worse much. Oh my gosh, maybe I should save these 2. I think I'm going to save these 2 and get rid of those 2. That's what I'm going to do. I have another compact, like I said, so I think I'll save these 2. I've decided now I'm going to do it because that other one is a little bit more of a peachy tone, a little bit more of like a champagne-y peachy tone. So one's more icy. Yeah, I think I can definitely get away with wearing both of those. So I'm going to save both of those. That has nothing to do with the video, but that's what I'm going to be doing. In terms of empties, I only finished these 2 this month, so those do count as 2 empties. So the grand total of my points didn't change. I'm still at a negative 10.5. From all of the eyeshadow pans that I've hit this month, unfortunately, because I do have those 5 new products rolling into my collection, they countered the 2 empties and all of the eyeshadow pans, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Obviously, the 2 empties count as 2 extra points each, and then as you know, the eyeshadow palettes, the pans all count as 3. So that would be 5 points, and I brought in 5 points, so they just counted each other out, if that makes sense. The math is mathing, trust me. I'm still at a negative 10.5, unfortunately. Now, I did also buy 2 palettes. They're in the mail. I have not received them, so they will be counted towards May. I know that I am failing at this beauty bank system. I know. It is only my fault. And I was thinking, do I really want to continue this in terms of a point system, or do I want to continue it in terms of like a quantity system where I don't want to bring in more than maybe 3 new items a month, something like that. So I'm going to have a think about it. I'm not entirely sure if the point system really works for me. I like tracking it right now. I'm going to see how I do in May. I have been really feeling the itch of spending money, and I really don't know why, because I really shouldn't be. So that's on me. That's a me thing. I would say I'm struggling with my low buy for sure, or in terms of just like a no buy, like just in general, because I have baskets and baskets from different online retailers full of product and ready to go, ready for me to hit the button, and I don't hit the button. So whenever I go back to the website, you know, I see everything and then I remove it, add more stuff. And then once I'm satisfied with my online shopping, I leave it be and I walk away, right? But yeah, it's getting a little hard to walk away at this point for some of them. But I'm very thankful that I didn't buy more than what I have bought, which is still a lot. But whatever, we are here. It's fine. I'm just being honest with you. I think I'm struggling a little bit with my no buy. That's just where I am at the moment. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see if I can carry it on. All right, next up, let's just talk through a little bit of eyeshadow stats. So I did do a little bit of a declutter. I didn't remove that many products in terms of eyeshadow products from my collection, and there also are eyeshadow palettes that I have kind of removed, but I do want to keep a lot of the shades in those palettes and do some sort of a depotting style video. So my percentage wise doesn't really make sense in terms of my pan percentage, but I will tell you it is 8.65% at the moment, which is a little bit better than last month. And that is because I've removed a lot of shades. I also, in the palettes that I have decluttered, I do have pans in them, but it still means that I've removed more pans and I've just made it sounds better than it is really at the end of the day. So it's gone up, but it's only gone up because I've removed palettes. What I've been doing recently is I do have this 2025 sort of diary, and I decided this month to track my makeup every day, and not in terms of like everything that I'm putting on, but just like the eyeshadow palettes that I have used for the month of April, and I will carry it on for May as well. So I could better track, I guess in a way, which palettes I'm using the most in the month, because obviously I already track usage on eyeshadow pans in a palette, but I don't do that by month. So it's a little bit harder to really see which palette I've used the most in 1 month's time. I could tell you in the year which one I've used the most based on all the usage when I go and add in all of those totals, but this will definitely show me in the month which one I've used the most. So according to my notes, the top 3, and they're no surprise to me, would be the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude. That's the one I've used the most this month. I've used it 7 times. It is one of my Pan That palettes for the year, so it makes sense. The Shadow Kiss is my second Pan That palette for the year. I've gone into that 6 times so far in April. I mean, we're at the end of the month, so yeah, 6 times so far. And then Club Nebula from Kaleidos. Project Level Up. I've gone into that a lot because there is one pan that I still have yet to hit, and I'm still trying to hit my 3rd pan for that palette. And have I done it? No, I haven't done it. I haven't done it. But that one I've gone to 5 times. So 7, 6, 5. No surprise, because those are the top 3 palettes I've gone into the most in 2025 so far. Club Nebula will be dethroned at some point because I do have other palettes that I will go into a lot more, but because it was in my Project Level Up for quite a while, level 3, it just got a lot of use so far for this year. But those were my top 3 for this month and my usage. And I think that's all that we have for today in terms of like beauty stuff. Let's talk about movies and TV shows. I will tell you, okay, so TV shows straight away. We kind of stopped watching, Yellow Jackets. We're in the middle of, or like the beginning of season 3 of Yellow Jackets. Not loving it so far. So we've kind of stopped watching it, but I do want to pick it back up. So that one we're still kind of watching, but I do think it's gotten really silly. Watch the first episode of You. I've watched every single season of You, and I feel like every single season has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So I already feel like this season I'm not as interested and invested. It's already been out almost a week now at this point, and I've only watched 1 episode, and usually I binge that in 1 day. So I already know straight away I'm not that interested in that show, which is such a shame, but I will be finishing it probably in the next month, and then I can give my verdict. But so far I think it's silly. But all of the seasons since the first one has been silly. What other TV show? Oh, Dope Thief. We watched some of that, and then we stopped because the episodes weren't ready, but the episodes are ready now, so I think we will finish Dope Thief. I think that's good. I like the actors in it, so that is one that we will finish. Another one that I watched the first episode, and I was like, I'm not watching the rest of the season, you can watch it without me, is the Daredevil Reborn, or whatever, Born Again. I thought it was atrocious. I didn't even really like the Daredevil show when it was with whoever distributor company it was with, or streaming company it was with, but now it's on Netflix and I just feel like it's terrible. So that one did not go down very well either. Oh no, it's not on Netflix. Is it Disney? It's on Disney now. It was on Netflix and now it's Disney. I didn't like it. So in terms of TV shows, haven't really watched anything that has been worthwhile. If you can recommend me any TV shows, that would be great, because I'm on a a mission to find something that I can binge and enjoy, because I haven't watched anything that I've been enjoying, unfortunately. In terms of movies that I've seen this month, I've only seen 4, at least that I've counted. I guess this makes sense. I don't know, I just haven't been watching a lot of TV. So the first one that we watched was Holland with Nicole Kidman. So this one I thought would be a lot weirder and sillier and quirky, and I thought there'd be more of a mind control or cult-like thing, but it went into a completely different direction. It was fine. It is quirky with the way that it's filmed, and some of the characters are quirky, but I think ultimately I didn't really enjoy it at the end of the day. It was very predictable. It's also got Matthew McFadden, which I do like. He is really funny. I think this movie was wasted on him. He's so much better than what he was in this movie. So anyway, I watched that one. We also watched Companion. So this one is with one of the girls in Yellow Jackets. So I'm kind of seeing her everywhere. Maybe she's like the standout from Yellow Jackets, but we watched this where she basically is an AI robot, or, you know, love robot. I don't want to say the word for this man. She doesn't realize she is a robot initially, and then something happens and she's told, and other things happen. So this was another one where it actually should have built up to the climax a little bit more, because I feel like the first 20 minutes of this was good and then it just went downhill. And I think had we had a little bit more build up to the like, oh, you know, moment, I think it would have been much more of a satisfying watch, because by the midway point of this film, I was very bored. I was like, oh, this is just tedious. This is never ending. And it's not a long movie, but it just felt like a really long movie to me. It just didn't seem to want to stop. It's also got Jack Quaid, who's Dennis Quaid's son. And the more I look at him, the more he's turning into his father, which is kind of funny. But he's also in this one. I think this could have been a lot better, to be fair. So yeah, I only gave that 2.5 stars. I gave Holland 2 stars. So I did not really like any of the movies that I watched this month. And then I watched Mufasa the Lion King. I put this on for my son, but I ended up watching it quite a lot. He doesn't seem to like to watch movies. But when I put this on, I thought this was just the Lion King remake, because I still haven't seen the Lion King remake that Disney did, like the live action one. So I put this on thinking it was that, and I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? And then I was thinking, oh, well, maybe this is like, you know, after that movie. It didn't dawn on me that this is about the father. Like it really, and Scar, like it really, like I was so stupid. It took me the longest time to realize this was a prequel. Yeah, just stupid of me, but I liked it. I actually got into it. I gave it 3 stars because honestly, I missed like half the movie because I was doing other things. And some of the music I didn't really care for. There were probably only a couple songs that I thought was quite nice. So not my favorite, but you know, I didn't actually sit down and watch the whole thing all the way through. It was just on for my son and we were doing stuff, and I was there, but I was very confused at first what it was. Okay, and then we tried to watch Havoc. I mean, we did watch Havoc, but I swear I was on my phone the whole time. I hated this movie. This was so boring to me. This is like full-on action. If you only want to watch an action movie with a lot of fighting and CGI and just like people being thrown around and sword fighting, gun fighting, this is your movie. Not much of a plot. There is a plot, but it's mostly just action, and it's just not for me. This is not a movie for me. It's got a lot of actors in it. It has Tom Hardy, it has Timothy Olyphant, Forrest Whitaker, and a bunch of other, like Louis Guzman and Sonny Pang and blah, 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 blah. A lot of people. But yeah, not a movie for me. I didn't really watch it. I sat there, I had my phone on, I kept looking up, I was like, okay, they're still fighting. Okay, they're still fighting. Oh, it's the same scene. Okay. And I kept saying, you know, this felt like a really, really long movie. It was only like an hour and a half or something like that. It felt like 2.5 hours. It was the longest movie of my life. And I kept saying, how are there still people for them to kill? Because the amount of people that died on screen, I thought that they couldn't find any more. There were so many extras, and I'm just like, how are there still people that they're killing? You know, like how is this still going on? There's just so many people. It was silly. It's just a silly action movie. If you like that, you like that. But I did not care for it. So I gave it 1.5. Sorry, Tom Hardy. Sorry. Okay, so those are all the movies I watched this month. If you can recommend any good movies to me, that would be great. Oh, and actually a TV show that I was watching, but I stopped watching is Severance. I'm still wanting to watch it. I just don't find it's a show that I can binge watch for some reason. I'm on season 2, and there's something about season 2 that I'm just like, this is not very watchable. It's just gotten a little too weird, a little too like out there for me. And I don't know if I'm all enjoying it, to be fair. But that's another one that I have to come back to. There's a lot of shows that I have to come back to. So yeah, there we have it. That's where we are with that one. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you would like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.